Good morning. I hope you are all doing well and that you had an amazing Easter with your family. We are starting a new book now, and it is called Junie B. Jones, Dumb Bunny. I wanted to read it to you even though I know Easter's over, but it's such a cute story and I know you'll enjoy it too. Chapter 1 is called Dumb Bunnies and Clucks. Dear first grade journal, Junie B is now in first grade. Kind of a, there's a picture. Dear first grade journal, dumb bunny, dumb bunny, dumb bunny. I am not allowed to say dumb. On account of my teacher heard me call May that on the playground, and he said for me to knock it off. Only here's something I just thought of. Even if I can't say dumb bunny out loud, I can still think it inside my head, because heads are silent, which is what I like about heads. I am going to try it out right now. I put my pencil down and I looked at May. Then I squinted my eyes real teensy, and I thought that name to myself, dumb bunny, dumb bunny, dumb bunny, dumb bunny. May looked suspicious at me. What are you doing, Junie B? Why are you squinting like that? Stop it right now. Stop that squinting, she said. I paused my squint. I'm not just squinting at you, May. I'm also thinking a name about you inside my head. But you don't even know which name I am thinking about, because heads are silent, which is why I like heads, I said. May frowned. I started to squint again. Dumb bunny, dumb bunny, dumb bunny, dumb bunny, dumb bunny, I thought. After I finished, I brushed my hands together, very satisfied. There, that ought to hold me for a while. May kept on frowning. Then, blam! She exploded out of her chair and she zoomed to the front of the room. Mr. Scary, Junie B just called me that name again. I know she did, only she thought it inside of her head. And that is just plain sneaky. Mr. Scary was writing at his desk. He closed his eyes and did a deep breath. May, what are our 3 rules about tattling? He asked. You and I came up with these 3 rules to control your tattling. Do you remember? Can you tell me what they are, please? May stood there a real long time. She did not like these 3 new rules, I believe. Finally, she started to say them. Rule number 1, count to 20 before I tattle, she grumped. Mr. Scary nodded. Yes, May, excellent. That's the first rule. Go on. Rule number 2, May said. If I still feel like tattling, count to 20 again. Mr. Scary did a thumbs up. Yes, good. And rule number 3? May sucked in her cheeks. Rule number 3. If I still feel like tattling after that, go home, eat dinner, go to bed, wake up, eat breakfast, come back to school, raise my hand to tattle, and then put my hand over my mouth, and please be quiet, she said. Mr. Scary clapped his hands very loud. Perfect, you've got it. Those are exactly the rules we've talked about. Aren't they, he said. I'm very proud of you for remembering them. He stood up and walked her back to her chair. You have a great memory for rules, May, he said, but the next time is to actually follow the rules, okay? And I don't believe you counted to 20 this time, did you? I leaped over and tapped him. I can vouch for that, I said. There was definitely no counting. Mr. Scary frowned at me. I'll deal with you in a minute, Miss Jones, he said. You and I are going to review the rules on name calling. I did a gulp. But I didn't even call her a name, Mr. Scary. All I did was think of a name in my head, I said. May flashed angry eyes at me. No, you did not just think it, Junie B. You told me you were thinking it. And that is exactly like saying it. Almost, she said. She went on. Plus, you didn't even think it quietly. You thought it so loud I could hear it in your brain. May looked up at Mr. Scary. My ears were tested last night in kindergarten, she said. The nurse said I can hear as good as a North American barn owl. Mr. Scary stared at her for a very long time. No, May, no. I'm sorry, he said finally, but the nurse did not tell you that. You did not hear as well as a North American barn owl. May squirmed in her chair a little bit. Squirming is what happens after fibbing. At least, that has always been my experience. After a minute, May put her head on the desk and she covered up with her sweater. Mr. Scary bent down next to me. And as for you, Miss Jones, this is the absolute last time I ever want to talk about you name-calling, he said. I don't want you to say dumb bunny. I don't want you to think dumb bunny. I don't want you to sing dumb bunny or hum dumb bunny or write dumb bunny. Do you understand? I tapped my fingers on my desk. But then, what am I supposed to do when May is mean to me? I asked him. I have to call her something or else she won't even know that I'm mad. I thought for a second. Then I clapped my hands together. Hey, I know. Maybe I could just think the dumb part in my head and just call her just plain Bunny, I said. Would just plain Bunny be okay with you? May popped up from under her sweater. No, 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 she growled. Just plain Bunny isn't nice either. My friend named Sheldon stood up. Bunny isn't nice either. I have an aunt named Bunny, and she's not a very nice person. Sheldon looked at Mr. Scary. My Aunt Bunny is married to my Uncle Vern, he said. Aunt Bunny has a lot of... Mr. Scary quick held up his hand. Yes, Sheldon, we know. You've told us many interesting things about your Aunt Bunny, but right now, we don't want to hear any more about Aunt Bunnies. Skull tattoos? Said Sheldon. Please sit down, said Mr. Scary. Across the room, Lucille sprang up. Well, I love bunnies, she said. And so, this subject is perfect timing for me because I'm having a big party at my giant house this Saturday, and all of you are invited to come. She bounced up and down real excited. And guess what else? A very famous bunny is going to be there to meet everyone. Guess who it is? Guess. Everyone guess. Guess the bunny. Guess the bunny, she said. Room 1 thought real hard. Then all of us started to guess at once. Bugs Bunny? Buster Bunny? The Bionic Bunny? Thumper? We guessed. Lucille rolled her eyes. No, 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 she said. My bunny is way more famous than the dumb cartoon guys. We guessed some more. The Trix Bunny? The Velveteen Rabbit? Peter Rabbit? Lucille stomped her foot. No, she said again. What is wrong with you people? It's the Easter Bunny. Haven't you ever heard of him before? She reached into her desk and pulled out some fancy envelopes. Then she waved them around real angry. Do you see these invitations? Huh? Do you see them? These are invitations to an Easter egg hunt at my rich, expensive house. And I am going to pass them out at lunch. But you dumb clucks never even heard of the Easter Bunny? Just never mind the whole thing. After that, she did a huffy, and she flounced back to her chair. Mr. Scary hurried up there, then he quick got her up, and he took her by the hand, and he walked her out into the hall. There, they were gone for a real long time. When they finally came back, Lucille said she is so sorry for calling us all dumb clucks. That is some kind of insult, apparently. Then she took the envelopes out of her desk, and she gave everyone an invitation. And so, yippee, yippee, hooray, hooray. Room 1 is going to a party.